Nathan stepped into room 305, the air thick with the scent of mildew and stale coffee. The dim light from a small window barely illuminated the faded carpet and peeling wallpaper. A full-length mirror stood against the far wall, its frame carved with twisting vines. The glass was cloudy, a remnant of years gone by. He dropped his bag by the door, taking in the room. His eyes returned to the mirror. For a moment, he caught something in the corner of his reflection, a flicker, a shadow moving, just out of sight. He froze, staring at his reflection. His face looked the same, pale but calm, though his eyes seemed to glimmer with something darker. Suddenly, the air around him felt colder. He turned, hoping to find the source, but the room was empty. The only sound was the faint hum of the air conditioner. His breath quickened as he turned back to the mirror. His reflection didn't mirror him anymore. The figure in the glass stood still, its mouth moving, forming words Nathan couldn't hear. Panic surged as his own reflection watched him, eyes wide and unnaturally still. Then came the whisper, soft but clear. "Nathan." He stepped closer to the mirror, his hand trembling. The moment he raised it, his reflection mirrored the movement, but too slowly. As his hand stopped, so did the figure in the glass, but it wasn't mimicking him anymore. It was smiling, an empty, hollow grin that sent a shiver down his spine. His heart hammered as the whispering grew louder, more frantic, urgent, almost pleading. "Don't!" His breath caught. He jerked his hand back, and the reflection did the same, but not quite right. Its movement was delayed, its face contorted in silent horror. The sound of footsteps echoed behind him, slow, deliberate. His spine stiffened as he spun around, but the room was still empty. When he turned back to the mirror, it was empty too. The reflection was gone. The footsteps stopped. The room grew still. Nathan reached for the door, his hand trembling. But as he stepped into the hallway, he knew he was no longer alone. The presence in the room was still there, waiting, and somewhere deep in the silence, the whispering had not stopped.